Today we welcome Rosie Cunningham Thomas, CEO of EpiSurf Medical. Welcome.
Thank you.
EpiSurf develops, produces and sells implants for people with knee pain. Each implant is tailored to fit the patient's specific cartilage damage and anatomy. What are the benefits compared to the common method of treatment?
Well, when I think of the benefits, I think of the stakeholders involved, and we have three within the EpiSealer technology who actually benefit from the technology. The first is the surgeons, the second is the patient, and the third are the payers or the hospitals. So for the surgeons, EpiSealer gives them a new way to treat patients where previously there weren't really good methods for these middle-aged patients who had failed previous treatments. The surgeons love the patient-specific approach. It's a really easy surgical procedure for them to learn. It's very reproducible. That means they can do it over and over again very easily. They like the fact that it's 30 minutes. It's very time efficient for the surgeons, and they are getting great clinical outcomes. The patients, the benefit for the patients is super. They get immediate pain relief and they're back to relatively normal activity within 4 weeks post-surgery. So it's a super quick recovery time for patients who previously were having a lot of knee pain and it was affecting their quality of life. And then thirdly, for the hospitals, as you can imagine, it's all about time, efficiency, cost. This is a day case, so it can be done in a day. The patient does not have to stay overnight. And again, a 30-minute procedure time. That's very efficient for the hospitals. The last thing the hospitals like is it's a just-in-time inventory product. What that means is they hold no EpiSealer inventory and it's delivered prior to the surgery, so it's very cost-efficient for our payers as well.
You have a strong history of 5 consecutive quarters with growth. How are you working to keep growing?
Well, that's a great question as well. It's all about sales growth. One of the things we've spent a lot of time doing within the organization is developing a set of sales metrics that enable us to really measure the business quite deeply. We stay on top of this on a weekly basis. We know we have to drive productivity not only with our new surgeons, but with our current surgeons. And what that means is we have a goal that each one of our customers should be doing in the fullness of time about 25 EpiSealers per year, approximately 2 a month. So we are absolutely focused on the activity on the ground. We're focused on the number of epioscopy requests coming in, the number of approved orders, and ultimately the number of implants. We're also very focused right now on decreasing our selling cycle. We know it can take some time for a patient to get an MRI, which we need to do the epioscopy. We're trying to reduce that in order to increase the number of approved orders that come through. And then lastly, we're focused on production efficiencies as well. We want to take down the amount of time it takes for us to produce a product. Again, we want to get more products through the system and into patients.
You mentioned epioscopy. What is it and its advantages?
Well, it's a virtual arthroscopy, for those of you who know what an arthroscopy is. It is a non-invasive way for a surgeon to have a very thorough look and understanding what the cartilage damage looks like in a patient's knee, not just the surface cartilage as well, but also what's happening in the bone. It gives a surgeon a much greater insight into the damage and how to treat the damage other than what he or she could see with a normal MRI. We take a patient's MRI and we create a perfectly 3D rendered image of that individual's knee showing exactly where the damage is, and then we make a recommendation if that patient is indeed suitable for an EpiSealer.
Tell me a little of the patent portfolio. What exactly is patented?
Well, we have a large patent portfolio. It's very important for us. Not only does it give us protection against other manufacturers copying our designs, but equally it builds value in the company. We have 5 areas where we've patented. We've patented against design, against manufacturing processes, implants, software, and our tools. And then under each patent family, if you will, there is a lot of content related to things like how we build the designs, how we build the implants, our actual design process, how we segment MRIs.
You plan to enter the US. What is needed from you to get the approval, and when are you expecting to enter the American market?
Well, the first thing is we started a dialogue with the FDA last summer. In July, we went to Washington. We continue to talk with the FDA about the right regulatory pathway for EpiSealer. We will have more feedback from them very shortly. We have every ambition to submit our application in 2017. It's a complex process that we will be undertaking. The FDA will be really focused on the product safety and efficacy. They will be looking at our clinical data. They will be looking at our quality management systems and how we manufacture our products. So it'll be quite an undertaking for EpiSurf, but we're prepared for it.
Lastly, you just released your Q3 earnings. What is the biggest challenges for EpiSurf at the moment?
Well, the biggest challenge is to keep momentum. We started our fourth quarter very, very strong with 14 surgeries. We also finished our third quarter with 28 approved surgeries. We're very excited about this. These surgeries will take place over the next quarter, and we just need to keep momentum. So it's about building momentum with the customers we have whilst adding new customers to the user base.
Thank you, Rosie.
Great. Thanks very much.